Guys, what is up? It's your boy Beast here. Welcome back to another Pokemon Black and White 2 Wi-Fi battle. Now, I know I've been gone for 2 weeks for Christmas holiday, and I was not able to upload while I was gone because I had this shitty-ass internet connection that could not seem to upload my videos, and I should have probably uploaded them before I left, but that's just how it's gotta be. However, I have a lot of battles saved up right now, and this battle right here is against a guy from Smogon by the name of MrMizz. Now, before I start with the battle, I'm just gonna say a few things, and that is, thank you guys a lot for 400 subs. I did not expect to reach that while I was gone, because usually when I'm gone, I usually kind of drop in subscriber amounts, but this time I actually got a lot of subscribers within a few days, and that was really awesome, and I managed to reach 400 subs, so that's really awesome. Thank you guys a lot for the support, I really appreciate it. But anyways, to the battle. This match right here, like I said, is against a guy from Smogon by the name of MrMizz, and it is a sort of a standard tier battle, I guess you can say, with no weather, because as you guys know, I'm not really a big fan of weather at all, or permanent weather like sun and rain. But this match right here was a pretty close one. I see this guy's got some pretty threatening stuff on his team. First of all, his Jellicent, his Keldeo, and Landers, because those three picks are amazing together. They work out really, really great, and I kind of gotta watch out for those, because I can't just Thunderbolt everything on his team because he's got this Landers on his team, and I wish I would have had Hidden Power Ice on my Magneton, but it wouldn't really work out that way because it's kind of like a trapper, I guess you can say, a Steel type trapper, and that way I just need Hidden Power Fire on this thing to take out Ferrothorns, because otherwise Ferrothorns can just wall the hell out of my Magneton. But yeah, my Magneton is actually a Choice Specs one. It's actually really cool. And one thing that I just realized is that Magneton actually has a faster base speed than Magnezone, which I found really weird, but I mean, I just discovered that like a few days ago, and that was really, really cool. But other than that, I've been using a pretty weird team that I made like a couple of days ago. I was playing a lot of Showdown while I was gone, which is cool, and I made this team right here. I'm using a Bronzong. It's like a tank Bronzong with the Stealth Rocks and stuff. It's kind of like a standard set. And my Medicham is Choice Scarfed, and Rhyperior, I've used this set before in other battles. It's a sub 3 attack Rhyperior, but I replaced Stone Edge over what's it called, Rock Blast, actually, because it can work great against Zapdos and stuff, which tends to, you know, set up substitute and stuff. And my Spiritomb, I've used this thing a long time ago as well. It's a pretty cool set. It's a Black Glasses set with Sucker Punch and Pursuit and stuff, and it can just trap in Psychic types such as Zatu that this guy has on his team. And I've also got a Tentacruel, which is another custom set that I recently made. It is a specially attacking Tentacruel with Acid Spray, Giga Drain, Ice Beam, and Surf, I believe. And it actually tends to work out really nicely because it can just, I mean, it works out really nice against water types, but I mean, at the time I actually had Rapid Spin over Acid Spray. I did put Acid Spray after this battle, or I'm not quite sure, but I do have Acid Spray on it right now, and it can work out great against things like Jellicent, because I can just acid spray them and just keep on Giga Draining and get a lot of health back, and just take out his Jellicent, because that seems to be very effective. But yeah, that's my team, and I mean, his other pokes are really not looking too threatening. Zatu can be handled by my Spiritomb and Rhyperior, and pretty much everything on my team can handle the Zatu, so I mean, that's not a big problem at all. His Jirachi, I mean, it's not a big problem either. I've got Bronzong with Earthquake, I got my Magneton with Magnet Pull, I've got my Rhyperior with Earthquake and stuff, so it's not a big problem at all. His Virizion, however, I really don't have any solid counters against it, but I mean, really that's not the main threat on his team. The main threats on his team is his Landorus and Keldeo, like I said, and his Jellicent, because those three pokes really work out great together. So I've pretty much explained everything right now, so let's just get this battle started, shall we? So this battle right here was actually a little bit longer than any of my average battles, which are like 15 to 20 turns. This battle right here was 36 turns, which is quite uncommon, but I mean, it's not the longest battle I've ever had, but it was not a short battle at all. I think it took like half an hour or something. But I'm gonna go ahead and lead off with this bronze lung right here, and I go for the hidden power ice. I mean, I just go for the hidden power ice because I just want to get rid of that stupid ass Delandris as fast as possible, because that was a huge threat against my team. Now, if you notice, bronze lung's HP, I got 275 HP. That's because I forgot to put EVs on this thing, and I mean, I was just face palming when I realized that, and I mean, that was just really stupid, because those EVs on that bronze line would have benefited me a lot in this battle right here. But gonna go ahead and do this little psychic type trick with this spirit tomb right here. Just pursuit this stupid ass bird right here, and just, I mean, I just take it out of there with a pursuit. I mean, this thing is the best counter psychic type poke ever. I mean, it can take focus blasts, which usually pokes like Alakazam carry, and I can just take that and just pursue him, and it's gonna do a lot of damage. It's gonna kill him if he doesn't have any focus ashes. But gonna go ahead and center this Rapier right here. I'll take his Iron Head like a boss, because I do have that solid rock ability, plus this thing has amazing defenses. So gonna go ahead and switch out of there, predicting that switch into Landorus, and my dumbass goes to the Stealth Rocks right here. He's actually gonna do the same. He's gonna set up his Stealth Rocks, but I should have just went for the Hidden Power Ice right here, because I need as much damage on this Landorus as possible, because it is a big threat, and he most likely does not have any healing moves on it. So gonna go ahead and try to go for the Hidden Power Ice right here, because I don't know really. I should have expected a, well, actually no, I'm actually gonna go for the payback right here, but this is where I realized that I do not have any EVs on this bronze lung right here, because I mean, look at that payback damage. I mean, it did pathetic damage. I mean, it should have done a lot more, because it's weak to it, and he did go for the U-turn before, and it should have done a lot more. But I mean, that's what I kind of realized. Something's wrong with my bronze lung, and I decided, okay, let's get just to go ahead and set my Tentacruel, because I know I can kind of wall his Jealous, and even though this thing is not really defensively, I mean, I do resist his stab move and stuff, and just gonna go for the Giga Drain, because it's super effective. And this was before I put Acid Spray on it, and Acid Spray would have really benefited me right here, because I could have just went for the Acid Spray and lower his special defenses, and I could have potentially taken them out of there with this Giga Drain right here. But I mean, I was really close, and I was like, god damn it, how did that thing not die? And then he's just gonna go for the recover and heal up all the damage. So I make yet another stupid move right here and go for another Giga Drain, not realizing that he was gonna sit on his Virizion. Well, actually, I was thinking that in the back of my head. He should go for the Ice Beam, but then I was like, nah, he's probably gonna go for another recover, just get back that health. But I mean, he's just gonna send on this Virizion, and if I would have went for the Ice Beam before, I mean, he would have been dead right here to this Ice Beam, right? Because it doesn't have any healing moves. Well, he does have Giga Drain, but I mean, he doesn't have any other healing type moves, and I guess he could have lived if he would have went for the Giga Drain instead of Calm Mind, but I don't know really. This thing would have at least been a lot easier to deal with if I would have went for the Ice Beam before, so that was just kind of stupid on my part. I should probably listen to the back of my head sometimes, because usually that's usually what's gonna benefit me, and that's usually just that's usually just the smartest thing to do. If you know, I've got this little voice in the back of my head just trying to tell me the correct move to go for, but I don't know really. But I go for the Ice Beam right here. It doesn't take it out of there because of his stupid ass boosts, and he's just gonna take him out of there with the Giga Drain right here. But I do have a Pokemon on my team that is Choice Scarf that will easily revenge kill this Virizion right here, and I know Virizion has a pretty decent speed set, but this thing is Choice Scarfed, and it's Jolly max speed as well, so it shouldn't be a problem for me to outspeed it. So I just go for the Ice Beam with my Medicham, and I take it out of there. Now he's gonna set on his, what's it called, Keldeo again, and I am obviously locked into Ice Beam, or Ice Punch, I'm sorry. I'm obviously locked into Ice Punch, so I'm not gonna stay in there. He actually goes for the Hydro Pump, and I know Choice Scarf Keldeos are really getting common these days, and I mean, I don't see any item, I don't see any Life Orb or Leftovers, so I was thinking this guy's Choice Scarf, because if he would have been Specs, that Ice, or what's it called, Hydro Pump would have most likely taken him out of there. Now, I apologize about before, because I said this Magneton right here was Choice Specs, It actually turns out that this thing is evilited with substitute, I guess, but I kind of changed the set and made it choice scarfed after this battle, or I think the battle after that battle, but I don't know really. I do have a battle of me using a choice specs Magneton. It actually tends to work out really nicely, but what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go ahead and send in the Spirit Tube, and I really didn't expect him to predict the switch, or I'm sorry, I really didn't expect him to predict this Hidden Power Ice right here, because I mean, Hidden Power Ice on Spirit Tube is not common at all, and this guy still predicted that, and then we're just gonna set on his Jirachi, and he's gonna take that easily because this is shield type. Now, right here, I'm gonna go ahead and set on my Magneton. This right here kind of pissed me off. He's gonna go ahead and go for the Body Slam, and with my luck, of course, he's just gonna paralyze me. And guess what? I will get fully paralyzed. And I was like, oh god, he's just gonna flinch me to death. But no! Luckily, the first turn I managed to get a substitute, and you know, I can just easily take this Iron Heads behind the sub because I do have the Evilite, and I'm timed for resistant to that Iron Head, you know. So I just go for the Hidden Power Fire right here. I'm just gonna continue spamming the Hidden Power Fires until he's gone, and unfortunately, it looks like this thing is specially defensive, so that's really not going to be too easy at all. And this thing most likely has like Wish, but it turns out that it does not have the Protect, which is really going to help me out right here because I believe like the next turn he's actually going to go for the Wish. And since he does not have the Protect, he is not going to be able to heal up his next damage loss, I guess you can say, because okay, just one little tip to all of you guys out there: when you're using Wish, always use Wish with Protect, because otherwise it will not work. Okay, it will not work. Wish Protect, it is a really great healing combination, or a great way of healing up damage, but if you're not using Wish with Protect, then I suggest you drop it, because it will just not work at all. I've experienced stuff like that when using Wish without Protect, and it really doesn't benefit me at all, really. But I'm just gonna go ahead and leave this Magneton in his fodder because it's paralyzed. Obviously, it really can't do much at all. So let's go for the Empire Fire because my other moves are, electric type moves, and it can't really hit this Landorus right here. But it takes me out of there with the Earthquake, and I'm done. So I decided, okay, let's just go ahead and send on my Spirit Tube, try to get as much damage on it as possible with the Sucker Punch, and then potentially take it out of there with Medicham afterwards. But I mean, I'm just gonna go for the Sucker Punch with this thing. It's got Black Glasses, obviously. It does a pretty decent chunk, but I was expecting to take it out of there with this Zen Headbutt right here. I did go for the Zen Headbutt because I was thinking he's gonna send on his Keldeo after this, and that way I could just get a lot of damage on that thing. But turns out that he lives, and I was like, whoa, how did you live that? I mean, I'm a Medicham with like over 9,000 attack points, and with frickin' what's it called, huge power. I mean, that should have taken it out of there, but apparently it does not, and he just takes me out of there with the Earthquake. So that was just kind of sad right here. I was hoping to take it out of there with that move right there, but it turns out I'm not going to be able to do that because Landorus is a really defensively Pokemon, or at least his Landorus form right here. It's actually pretty defensively with the Intimidate and stuff, but go for the substitute with this Rhyperior. This is my last poke, but that turns out to be pretty stupid because he will easily be able to break that, and that is just a waste of damage right here. So he's just gonna go ahead and send on his Jellicent after I take out his Landorus, and I mean, that's pretty much a good game because his Jellicent can easily outspeed my Rhyperior, and he can just go for the Skull, and that's gonna take me out of there. So that was a good game, MrMizz. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Leave a like rating if it did, and I will possibly have another game up Wednesday, and that will be pretty nice. So if you guys enjoyed this battle, leave a like rating if you did, and I will see you guys later. Peace!